Hey everyone, it's John here from Hot Take Hockey, back with another video. Jamie Drysdale, Anaheim Ducks situation. I gotta talk about this because how the Ducks are treating Drysdale and Zegras, this whole situation when you're rebuilding, you've got the cap space, and you're just not locking in your two up-and-coming guys. I understand maybe they're wanting too much, but the rumors coming out that Zegras is only being offered $3 to $4 million on a shorter-term deal. It's hard. It's hard to understand that. So I think with Jamie Drysdale, for people that have followed this channel for a while, huge fan. In his draft year, huge fan of him. I thought he was the best defenseman in that draft. Obviously, Sanderson's showing really well right now, and Drysdale didn't show it all last year because he was injured. So I think Drysdale has a huge chance to show why he was drafted that high, and I think he's still going to show that this year. And I think he's going to remind people why he can be a top-pairing defenseman for a long time. I think he's a little bit of ways away from that, but Jamie Drysdale to the Toronto Maple Leafs, it's a dream. I don't think it's happening, but I saw this tweet from this fan. Shout out to Leafs fans. Says Leafs should high-key try to get Drysdale from the Ducks. Good young D-man with potential. I mean, that's old news. You guys, as I said, I've talked about him a bunch, and he's a Toronto guy. I honestly didn't even know he was a big fan of Riley, but that's obviously a bonus. So there you go. Maybe I didn't know that, but I just think if that's true, if he's a big Toronto guy, do it. I mean, do it if you can. If the Ducks are fooling around here and you can offer a first-round pick, a young up-and-coming defenseman like Topi Niemelä, I know Leaf fans are going to say that's a lot, but if you can get a guy like Jamie Drysdale on the right side, he can actually play defense, folks. Puck-moving guy, quick on the breakouts. Probably what the Leafs needed in that Panthers series, and that's why they went out to get Klingberg. But we know Klingberg's going to be so sus defensively. I think Klingberg's got to be fully the power play guy, and that's about it. Limit his 5-on-5 time. You don't have to do that with Jamie Drysdale, at least for what he was showing before he got injured. And I think he's going to be on that path. So if you could create cap space here, Jarnkrok out the door, Niemelä first round pick, it's a lot, but Jamie Drysdale, I believe, is going to be a stud. If there's a chance you can blow the Ducks away with an offer like this and surprise them a bit and they're not on the same page contract-wise with Drysdale, I think you do it. I also have this other trade here. I mean, you know what? I would just say Martin Jones going through waivers. I can't see him going unclaimed. And Sam Lafferty might be on the outskirts, I'd say. He might be the odd man out if Noah Gregor makes this team. In my opinion, I think Noah Gregor should make this team. So if you go after Drysdale, you sign Noah Gregor off the PTO to a one-year deal. It's probably going to be under $1 million. So between, I would say, $800 to $950K. That's my prediction. I just think this is the way to go. So maybe they get like a draft pick for Lafferty and Jones instead of losing those guys on waivers. And I mean, you could run, look at that, 22-man roster. Connor Timmins is injured to start the year, so you don't have to do the cap gymnastics yet. Obviously, after you could send Holmberg down and you could send McMahon down if you can get through waivers, and then you just bring Timmins back. I mean, obviously at that point, yeah, you would have to figure out the extra forward in there, but you could send one of these guys down is what I'm trying to say. There's going to be still cap gymnastics. I wonder if Giordano gets sent down at some point and pulls like the Spezza Simmons. If you claim me, I'm not playing anywhere else. But that's a pretty solid defense group if you could pull something like that. Riley, Drysdale, Brody, Liljegren, McCabe, Klingberg. Those are three solid pairs. I could even see a scenario where McCabe and Brody switch here, but I'm just thinking, I don't know. McCabe and Liljegren were sus at times last year too. So you have to be careful there. Maybe McCabe plays with Drysdale. Maybe put Liljegren with Riley. I don't know. But this is a dream. I don't think Drysdale's getting traded. Realistically, I think he stays with the Ducks and they figure it out. But if there was a chance the Leafs, as I said, can blow them away with an offer, do it. I do think these are going to be the top two lines to start the year based on how Nyes has been playing. I mean, I could be wrong on that. Domi fully could be in the top six, but I'm just looking at Nyes and how he's played. And he's had chemistry with Nylander in the past here. He's had chemistry with Tavares. Game-winning goal in the series. I think Nyes, Tavares, Nylander could be an amazing second line behind Bertuzzi, Matthews, Marner. Robertson, Holmberg, Domi, questionable maybe. You probably want your third line to be a shutdown line, so maybe you move things around a little bit here. Maybe you put Robertson up here to get him chemistry, Nyes down there, and maybe, I mean, to spread the lineup out, maybe you do something like this. But I do think there's a potential of Nyes and Robertson being your solution as the left wing has been weaker in recent years. But, I mean, Robertson's showed well. He's just got to get the consistency, and big time he's got to stay healthy. So give me your thoughts, guys, on this lineup. I really think the Leafs, with Timmins back healthy, I don't know. As I'm making this video, I don't know his injury timeline, but I do think at some point here, the Leafs will stop looking like a weaker defense, because that's been such the stereotype. And I mean, Mike Johnson said it's huge facts on the broadcast that the Leafs have been like 7th for goals against. And like in general, if you actually watch them, they've been competent defensively for a few years now. Like you probably have to go back to like 2018 to see like an actual weak defense group. 2019 weak defense group. 2020, I mean, those were the days of like CC that made me go crazy. But yeah, I mean, it still got better at that point. And obviously, I think in the last couple of years, it's been good. It's been above average, as I've said, and I've stood by that. Klingberg makes it really risky defensively, so we'll see what happens. But I like the Leafs' outlook for their forward group. They're just going to make decisions. As I said, Gregor is so fast. Like, if you guys have been watching the preseason games, he's freaking flash out there. So, Bertuzzi, Matthews, Marner, Robertson, Tavares, Domi, or Nyes, Tavares, Domi, Nyes, Tavares, Nylander. I think you have really good options for your top two lines. The third line is where the question mark's at, what you want to structure there. But I think Noah Gregor's got to be in this team on the fourth line. And as I said, you've got your options. Liljegren's looking really good outside of that delay game yet in the preseason, but we'll move past that. So give me your thoughts, guys. Is Jamie Drysdale a potential, or will Timmins and Liljegren just continue to progress? And hopefully when Timmins gets back from the injury, we'll see great things. So subscribe, like, comment, notification about all that good stuff. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.